Yeah. So that kind of aged poorly. Okay. So I kind of want to clarify that this video is a little bit clickbaity because I am technically not dropping out. What I am doing is something that my school does called medical leave, where essentially what medical leave is that if you are too physically or mentally unwell to continue school, then you have the option to essentially drop out mid or really at any time. Not drop out technically, but like take a break essentially, and then once you are feeling better, you can come back if you so choose. Essentially what I'm doing is I'm trial running dropping out. So I'm technically not an official dropout. However, I feel I can still kind of speak on this because there are a lot of feelings that I have that I think should be shared with the internet because people struggle all the time, and I feel like the struggles aren't shared enough. So, yay. Another thing I want to add is originally I was going to film this when I was back home. However, lots of thoughts were in this old noggin of mine, as always, and I would have exploded if I didn't share them. So that's why we are on the floor of my college dorm instead of at home with what would have been a hopefully more sophisticated setup, but you know, we try. God, do I try. So yeah, so what this video is going to be, it's not an apology or anything. I don't think I need to apologize for anything, at least I hope I don't. I don't think I've done anything wrong, but it's more so just where I am right now in my life, what I'm going to be doing, what this channel is going to be, and also just a kind of little supportive video of if you're struggling too, don't worry. Oh, so many people do. So yeah. Part 1 of this is...
Hey doctor, could you tell me what's wrong? I know you're very busy, so I won't make this too long. I got a question.
Problem with the education system, it's not meant for people like me. And by people like me, I mean it's not meant for people who mentally cannot handle schoolwork specifically. It's not the issue of I cannot handle a real job. I can handle a real job. I have had real jobs and I have been excellent at those real jobs, in fact. It's more so the issue of homework is too nebulous for my brain, for whatever reason. There is something about it where it's just like I can't follow the deadline. That's just how I am. And this isn't like, hang on, because this is something I've always struggled with. Here it is. Okay. This is an old progress report from back when I was in, I think, 1st or 2nd grade at my old school. And mind you, this was like, it was a Montessori school. For those who don't know, Montessori is just a different type of way of learning. This video is not about Montessori schooling. I'm not going to go into that. But it was a nice school is what I'm going to say. And so this was essentially the progress report from that time, and this is what it said. BC continues to find focus a challenge for BC. He needs constant reminders to return to work. BC works best when someone is helping him while he works. It seems to help him focus and stay on task. He can work in a group setting, but it depends on certain people whether he gets his work completed. His memory is great, as his reading dictates, but to do a step-by-step process or direction in procedures is a challenge. Tell me you're neurodivergent without telling me you're neurodivergent, baby. By the way, I do not officially know if I am neurodiverse. I do want to get diagnosed for ADHD, but an ADHD diagnosis in Florida costs a lot of money. But yeah, essentially, academics has always been hard for me. I have had essentially what I like to call procrastination on hard mode, which is even if I want to do the work and stuff, what happens is I tell my brain, or my brain tells me, okay, let's do work, and I go, okay, and instead of doing the work, either I can only pace around my room for like 2 hours or more, or I can only sit down and stare into the abyss. This has been such a problem, and that doesn't... It's also hard because it also doesn't mean that I am incapable of doing schoolwork. I have and been able to do schoolwork pretty well, I may add, but there are other times where my brain just goes, no, we're not doing this, and it's not fun. And that has led me into this pattern for years in school where there are like semesters and years where I do great, I am excelling, I'm getting A's and B's and whatever, and then other years where it plummets, and it's bad. And this was a pattern that I didn't even really notice until I entered college. In my first semester of college, I did awful. It was not a fun time, but that was also because like I picked classes that were pretty tough, and it could have been explained by something where it was just like, maybe like it was just the classes. It was the classes that I chose, because then the next semester I picked classes that I actually really enjoyed and stuff, and were in subjects that I excelled at normally. So I was like, okay, we're doing great. And then this year of the first semester comes along, and I'm just like, okay, picked out some good classes, we're good to go, and it plummets again. It plummets again, and it's really frustrating. It's really frustrating to constantly be in that cycle of I'm doing better, and then I'm at rock bottom, and then I feel like I'm doing better, and then I'm at rock bottom again. Yeah, it sucks. And then come around to this semester where I am still on academic probation. I was on academic probation in my first year too because of how awfully I did. I essentially failed almost all of my classes in my first year of my first semester. And then I did well and was on track of getting out of academic probation, and then I landed myself into it again because of what happened. And now I'm here where I am in classes I enjoy a lot. All of my professors are great and I love doing the work, but a part of me, I saw myself getting stuck again and not being able to turn in assignments on time again. And it was just this whole thing of me being terrified that I just can't handle it. That this isn't for me. So I bowed out. And I want people to know, like, there's no shame in doing that. There's no shame in realizing that something isn't for you, that a path in life isn't for you. Luckily, we live in a day and age where college isn't necessarily necessary anymore for every, job out there. I'm someone personally, I want to get into theater and voice acting and acting in general and stuff, and writing, and I want to write a book someday too. All of those, you don't need a college degree for, thankfully. Yeah, sure, college degrees can certainly help. I'm not saying don't go to college. Like, if you are someone who feels that college is a necessary step in your life, and you are aiming for a job that doesn't need a college degree, or maybe you are aiming for a job that doesn't need one, but you still want to get that experience anyway, go for it. It's just, if you realize that you are going on a path in your life that doesn't seem to be fit for you, it is okay to say, yes, this isn't for me. Something needs to change. And that's basically what I did. And trust me, it wasn't an easy decision. It wasn't. I was bashing my head on the wall for most of this semester trying to make this work, because this college is a great college and I absolutely do love it and the people that are here. But it came to a point where it was unsustainable. And I had to make the choice between either it was stay here and make it work out when it obviously wasn't, or just go and try and figure myself out. committing to things has always been hard for me, even when it comes to things I like, because there was always this pressure on me where, you know, I had to do well or had to excel at it in some way, and if I didn't, then I wasn't good enough. And it's hard to be able to accomplish to do things when you always have a little voice in your head that says you're not good enough. It sucks. But I've really been working on it. I've really been trying to not talk bad to myself, luckily, because, all my friends and family say that I am a capable and, dare I say, talented person, their words, not mine, that can accomplish and do things, and I just need to believe in myself that little bit more. And I thank them for saying that. I really do. Kind of a little side note about this whole thing. If you ever think there's people that don't care about you, which is something that I used to think for a long time, that, if I ever left in any sort of capacity, people wouldn't care. Yeah, that's not true. I have, during this whole process of me, moving out of my dorm and stuff, because I'm in the position of I don't need to take classes anymore. Technically, I still can, but it's kind of the whole thing of I'm leaving in a few weeks, so what's the point of taking classes? And I have had, professors email me and talk to me saying that they miss me and my presence. And I've had, a slew of friends here saying that they will miss me and that they hope to, see me come back, or maybe they'll see me back at home. If you ever think that people don't care about you and your presence, oh, they do, because they'll tell you. They'll tell you. And it's a really strange experience, and it'll make you feel kind of guilty. These people weren't trying to guilt trip me, by the way. They're just saying what they felt, and that's okay. I'm glad they said what they felt, because it made me feel seen. And it's okay to feel guilty for leaving, but also, if you're doing what is necessary for you, that is okay. And as long as the people in your life understand that, then things will be all right. Yeah, so that's kind of what's been going on in my life. And this channel. I want to do things. I actually do have things planned. I always have ideas in my head. There's never not been an idea in my head for anything. I'm not gonna stick myself to a schedule, especially when I'm in such a turbulent time period right now between moving. I'm gonna be driving back home soon. Things will come out when they come out. I'm planning on getting a job as well too as soon as I get back home as a barista, which, ooh, the creative person likes being a barista. How original, but shut up. I liked being a barista a lot. It's a fun job. Yeah, but I'll be, handling a hopefully full-time job. Between, me and my creative endeavors. So things will come out when they come out. I am also thinking about doing a sort of channel rebrand. This channel was always been a gaming channel with a side of whatever I wanted to do, and that will still be it. I don't know if I want it to remain as Hug Blob. I might change it to something else. I don't know. I do quite like Hug Blob, but I don't know. I feel like Hug Blob is someone I'm not exactly am anymore, so growing up is weird. But for now, it'll remain as Hug Blob. If you have any ideas on what I should change my channel name to be, put it in the comments. Ooh. Can you tell I'm ridiculously nervous? What else? Yeah, but things will come out when they come out. This channel may or may not get rebranded, so stay tuned, I suppose, for all that fancy stuff. I do plan on still, playing video games and stuff. Snufkin Melody of Moomin Valley just got released, a game I've been highly anticipating. Yes, I am a Moomin fan. You could probably tell that. yeah, but I will most definitely be playing that on my channel, because how could I not? It'd be a crime not to. Yeah, so stay tuned for that playthrough when I'm able to sit down and film it and stuff, and also a slew of other little things and stuff. I may or may not be doing some little song covers, and I may or may not be doing costume things. We'll see. Just little teasers for what I may or may not be doing, but we'll see. I've always been a very creative person, and I have many ideas I want to do, so... And I hope you guys like them. And even if you don't, this channel's for me, and for my weird little hobbies I want to explore. So yeah, that's also why I'm not sticking to an upload schedule. This channel is purely hobby for me, and I am including you all in my weird little hobby, so... Yay, because connecting with people is cool. I don't know if I necessarily want to become a YouTuber, per se. I don't know if this channel will really get off the ground enough for that to happen, but you know, if it happens, cool. If it doesn't, also cool. I'm just here to have a fun time, man. Jeez, excuse me. I don't know if I'll be back home once this video is up. Really depends on how fast I can edit, which is I'm not very attuned with editing, but you know, we'll see. So yeah, but you know, as I said, things will come out as they come out, and if you're someone who is also struggling with their path in life, don't worry. We're all kind of figuring this out, and I'm figuring it out right now, so... And it's terrifying, but we'll see where it goes. I'm kind of excited, not gonna lie. Yeah. That's about it.
I came in a bit before the opening set. I took the bet, I know the rest. It's good, I guess. The cabin is a crowd around, and I can scarce get by on second breath between the press. Now it's 1 a.m. and I don't know how I'll get home. The way is barely paved. I can't keep my eyes from closing in between each rest, but I'm not gonna cave. I guess I made it. It's 3 a.m. and I don't know how I'll get home. The way is barely paved. I can't keep my eyes from closing, so